Hi, I'm Garen.
I'm JD.
And this is Investigating Comic Club, where we chronologically read, review, discuss, and rate specific crucial stories of the medium.
Indeed, and we hope that you guys will subscribe and become members of Comic Club yourself. Read along with us. Share your own opinions of the stories in the comments. Stick around till the end of the video for our episodic comic quality poll and some possible bloopers after the Misfit Picture Show's logo. Today we are doing House of X number 5. Mr. Garen, what did you think?
It was a red issue.
Yeah?
It was a red issue for sure. What do you call that before it's even the title sequence? Or the title page?
Not the teaser, but kind of like the teaser. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like the prologue of it all. Yeah, just the first 3 pages I was reading, and then I get to the title page, and I'm like, wait, what? That was all before the title page? Like, all that? Like, they're just like, all right, here you go. Remember that first issue you read way back when? Remember that? Yeah, here's the answers that you were questioning and you were wondering about, or you might have even thought of yourself.
Potentially dreading.
Yeah. Everybody's hypothesis of what's going on. We've seen people die. We knew certain lives were happening, and then to have it be okay. Now there's just so much that happened.
Should we just go from the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to walk right through it because there was just too much. There was a lot of things that was happening.
Yeah. Immediately, I thought it was great that we saw. The green-haired lady, that's Polaris, Lorna Dane, who throughout the history of the X-Men since she first showed up, because her powers are magnetic like Magneto, may or may not be his daughter. From my understanding, when I stopped reading X-Men, 4.5 years ago or something, it had been confirmed that she was his daughter.
Gotcha.
But they go back and forth so often, I wouldn't be surprised if that had changed again in the meantime. But her costume here is either exactly or similar to the costume that she had when she first showed up in the 60s, like Marvel Girl.
Gotcha.
Jeans, like short skirt one.
Yeah.
It's kind of that era. And for me, it was really great to see them sitting next to each other. But then there's kind of like a cynical quality to the dialogue of all the characters. That rubs me slightly wrong. It reminds me, there's a writer named Mark Millar, very, very successful writer, has done massive comics that have been adapted into many, many movies. But I feel like he's one of the rare times that the movies improve upon his writing because he is so cynical. It's difficult to really like some of the characters.
Yeah.
And I get just that feeling here right at the beginning between the two of them. And that kind of was consistent throughout the issue. And it made me feel like that's kind of been consistent throughout this entire series. Do you know what I mean? Like I've been saying a coldness to the characters.
Yeah.
But it is kind of like, I guess maybe cynical is the right word? I don't know. But the design work, I feel like, on every character has been flawless. Yeah. Like I feel like every character, whether it's an updated costume or a throwback or bringing back an older one, it's like they're perfect incarnations. Yeah. Whoever is making those decisions, spot on. I think it's really, really cool. And then he kind of introduces those 5 characters at the bottom of that page, right? Yeah. They just kind of walk out. At first I thought they were the 5 lights, which you wouldn't really be familiar with for a long time after Genosha was destroyed. Gotcha. You know, the island. There were no more mutants. Yeah. There was just a story. No more mutants. With that, yeah. And then the 5 lights were the first mutants that came after that. And Hope Summers, who is there, she's the redhead. Yeah. You'll notice her name, Summers. Yeah. We'll get into that another time. Yeah. But not quite, but similar.
I feel like that's what, just you telling me that's what they were going for. That was the pulling from the past and bringing that in. That's what seems like Jonathan was going for that. Just you telling me that just now. So, because that shot, again, you read it probably page by page. Reading panel by panel changes it up so much. Just that whole here they're coming and and then I see
that kind of whole.
Where is it? Then I see that. Like I don't see anything, you know? And then I just see like, here they come, Father, yes. And then go straight to here they come. And that's what I see.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like that. I mean, it changes it up. Like it changes up how I'm reading it, how I
Yeah, it's really cool.
The art pops and everything, and it is that like, because I did read the cynicalness of it, of like, but I'm now to the point where I'm so used to that. Like I've kind of even got out of my head how, even with me reading other stuff on the side, I've gotten out of my head as far as what my viewpoint of Xavier and Magneto is. And now I'm in that to where it's like, this is how they're talking. This is this day and age. This is what this
I think that's awesome.
is. And so when I see that, I'm like, I do go, and even throughout kind of this whole issue, it is that, and all the past ones of this storyline, it's you put yourself in their shoes of being like, you're gonna be cynical. Everybody is against you. Everybody is that, like.
How many of your friends have been murdered?
Yeah, how many people have been murdered, and you've had to see that, and now it's finally like, no, we're having our own place, our own world, our own land, and it's.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all.
It's just taking that. So it is kind of you step back and see, okay, they have that. It's still, the mind manipulation and everything, and wondering where that's going to take things. But as far as a whole, taking this whole issue now, issue 5, it's like you're on that ride. You're just you're on that ride and being able to.
I'm glad that you are. So you're one of them on the island with them. You're one of their society members.
Yeah,
like,
and which was great to see
really cool.
it happen and be like, oh, those were the eggs. Oh, that's that initial. Like we jump into like right away the shot of the first issue. And seeing, and then putting together like, oh, the 5, and it explains each one of them. They're nobody. I mean, they're not nobody, but each one is like, it's whatever. It's just a normal, it's stupid, and like not that cool of a power. But it's like, Captain Planet, kind of that kind of idea. United, they are one, and it's one of them. They will all fall, or they're not pointless, but something in that sense.
So they complement each other.
They complement each other. Yeah,
changes.
And I even thought of with the whole. The dance, I think they mentioned, of the intricate dance necessary to pull off these feats. But Hope is a great unifier. So Hope Summers, I think, is a great unifier. But in that shot, that made me think of the TV show that just got canceled.
OA?
OA.
The OA.
That made me think of the OA.
Cool.
Of them coming together in a dance to bring back life.
Oh, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah,
that's what, again, that's probably nothing in there, but just where that mindset, brings back and thinks of that when I'm like, oh, a dance. Oh, because in this, you're already kind of realizing, oh, they're bringing something back to life. They're bringing life. And if you've ever seen the OA and stuff, like it's that.
Yeah, the OA is a really special series that was canceled far too soon. And it wouldn't surprise me to see echoes like that, because they're imaginations. They're pushing certain boundaries, and Jonathan Hickman is doing the same. Like he's looking at society, he's looking at life. He's challenging himself to come up with a better society.
Yeah.
Mutants are better than us. They're our evolution.
Yeah.
How would their society evolve past ours? And he's creating that entire world. And it's really, like, that's not how my mind works.
No,
but it's amazing.
It's crazy how he, like, even, and again, some people might have even, again, people are smarter than others as far as like, oh no, I figured that, or I knew that. Like, just even the line of, all this time everyone has misunderstood what Cerebro really was. And then you have that shot. Like, that's just that, and it's like that, and to see right after that, it's just smart enough, I think, for the reader to where it lines up to where you're able to catch up right before maybe it happens. Where it's like, oh my God, he's gonna put the map. Oh, yep, there. It's just enough for you to feel like you are on top of the game. Like.
It's super cool to hear you say all that, because I think if you ask Jonathan Hickman, hey, who is your target audience? Who do you want to impress? Yeah. He would probably say, you.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the long-time readers are going to dig it. You know what I mean? Like, he can have that confidence. Like, I got them. But new readers, how do I establish this huge mythology?
Yeah.
Get them, catch up a new reader. There's no business for someone like you not to be reading X-Men every week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you should be.
Yeah.
And if somebody's doing the right job and continues to do the right job, it might be a couple years until you stop reading the X-Men every week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they do the job right,
just if they keep,
every month you should be picking up a couple X-Men books. And for you to be, oh my God, is this going to, yes, like that gives me goosebumps, because that means he has caught you up enough right now.
Yeah.
That even though those first few pages of issue 1, you were like, that's bizarre, that's crazy, I am intrigued, what's going on? Now it reads completely different in a much more exciting way for you.
Yeah.
There were a lot, like, there's so many details in this, like the syringe had the little diamond on it. Did you see that?
But that makes it's all those details, like, and just how it all connects, even with is Sinister is how the DNA,
right.
And then how that all connects. But then the reason why they have that, and then for him to go back in time, and it's kind of, if you do go back, you realize, oh, he's able to erase people's minds and put it back in, which then kind of, pays off even here towards like, oh, that makes sense. Like, we told you, but it's still even cooler when,
Yeah, he really couldn't be telling this story further out of continuity in chronological order.
Yeah.
But he's still doing it in a way that you, a brand new reader, is getting an actual emotional response and investment from you. And it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
And again, the art is amazing. Like, I even wrote down when all of them came back to life and they were all naked there, just in themselves. Like, it just looks...
Yeah, that's about as gorgeous as you can get.
Yeah.
There's a huge amount of iconic characters there. None of them are wearing the costumes. The colors are absolutely breathtaking. And every character looks like they should.
Yeah. And then just that empowerment of the them as mutants, them as people, them as, you could talk very political about this very thing right here, and for it to have that moment of being like, no, do you see them? Are they the real people? Is it, like, and for Storm to then explain, like, ask them a question that only they would be able to answer. And I even put that, each one had their thing, but then even when, like, Monet said, don't touch me, it was like, and just that, just the little things.
Yeah, she knows them so well.
Yeah.
I particularly loved what her and Cyclops said. There was a really special comic where Cyclops, he kind of demanded to have leadership back from Storm.
Gotcha.
Because Storm had lost her powers at a certain point. So it was Cyclops. Literally, it was, okay, well, let's have a danger room. Because Cyclops was like, you have no business being you're a human.
Yeah.
And Storm was like, all right, let's go to the danger room. And without her powers, she actually defeated him.
Oh, wow.
And, it was just the two of them, and no cheating or anything.
Yeah.
No, it was just Storm versus Cyclops, and Storm had no powers, and she beat him. It was pretty awesome. So that's pretty great for him. The words said there were pretty special.
Gotcha. Yeah, and exactly, I feel like some of the stuff that each one of them says, me as me, don't know the full significance, but it is those little things, and that's why even with the Monet one, it was her just saying, don't touch me, was enough for me to realize that's those characteristics where it's
you feel the history.
You
just
feel
like
that.
you did with Nightcrawler and Wolverine.
Yeah, when at the very end when they died. Yeah.
So you were right on board through this entire thing, and everybody cheering. You were you felt it. You were in there cheering.
No, yeah, I'm on there. I'm on it. It was just one of those where I was just like, oh yeah, they're cheering. I was like, I get, it was. Yeah, no, I was on board with it the whole time, like them and each person coming back and you realizing, and even the moment when Cyclops first comes back and it's like, did it work? Yes, it worked. Just to know all of his memories were put back into him towards almost like it never happened. And, but for him to, and it showed the humanity of Xavier in that moment too, being like, every time you have had to die, it kills me inside. But it's all for the bigger purpose. But
so how did that line up with you? I can edit this out if you don't want me to keep it in, but so for you are religious. There's a lot of implications here with cloning and him putting the minds back and creating this life. How did you feel about, there's so much discussion nowadays about the morality and immorality of cloning.
Yeah. No, it's
But it sounds like you're like, yeah, bring them back. They were murdered.
Bring them back. Yeah, they were murdered.
Obviously, it's just a...
No, exactly. I don't put myself in that mindset when I'm reading this.
You're
I see the politics in it. I do see the religious parts of it, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That's what that was. But when it comes to like, they're mutants.
Right.
Like, so
he's shooting
if I'm gonna,
from his eyeballs.
but don't bring them back to life. Like, no, that is absurd.
No, that's awesome. I think that's great because it is an escape, and those politics of it will mean different things to different people. Yeah. Like, I am not religious.
Like that.
But I had a big problem with all of this stuff.
That's very religious.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no.
That's very religious. Yeah.
They're being revered.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why my hesitance of like, oh, wasn't I on board with the cheering? It was like, I felt it, and I was like, yeah, this is it. But there was moments. It felt like it was a rally. It felt like it was, some kind of... And depending on what side you're on, again, politics or any of that stuff, one side could be like, oh my God, yes, let's go. The other side is like, oh, here they are again, chanting and doing their, it's like, so I didn't let myself go down and be like, this is stupid, but I did see that and then have that.
I think both sides of whatever way you fall on the politics, I hope that Jonathan continues to do this. It seems it's apolitical, it doesn't matter your politics.
Yeah.
We just talked about that religious thing. Yeah. How I actually was having a problem with this entire scene. And I'm not religious. Yeah. You are religious. Potentially, if we were looking at it realistically, this story with a guy, again, who can shoot lasers out of his eyeballs, we might have certain problems with it.
Yeah.
But it is an escape, and Jonathan Hickman isn't forcing a certain viewpoint or this way, whatever I don't know what his politics are.
Yeah.
He could be the worst of the worst, you know? But I don't know it, and that's rightly so. Yeah. I love that you're on board because I'm not. And I've been going back and forth.
Yeah.
Right now, I just feel like they're setting themselves up for the biggest fall ever.
The fall of...
This society.
The society is going to crumble. I think it kind of leads into the very end, almost the end, but with, what's her name?
The White Queen?
The White Queen.
See, that's like...
Leading all that into where it's like the manipulation, that like kind of thing, where I'm like, you can only do so much. I get it, you have powers. I get that there's going to be a moment where it is like, why don't you just take over? You guys are mutants. You guys could do that. We've seen in many of things, too much power is too much power.
Right.
So I'm on board with this idea and how it's playing out. Yeah. But it is one of those where it's like, it's not going to be all the plates are lining up, all the things are lining up of, that's why the eggs are there, that's why that is. But to see it all, even to the very end, jumping for a quick second to the very end and seeing who comes through the portal and being like, oh, wait, what? Now everybody's on sorry. Now everybody's on the same side? Like, okay, come on. I spent my entire time reading all of these comics in a short amount of time, knowing the people who not to trust. And now everybody's on one side, and I get it. It's that, we are mutants. We are mutants. They are all mutants. Yep. So I do see that, but as far as this ride, I haven't been let down yet, so I'm enjoying the ride. And I'm understanding that
you feel the conflict.
Yeah, no, there's going to be a conflict. It's not going to be like, oh, this is great. I can't wait for the first X-Men issue to come back.
They lived happily ever after.
And they destroyed all of humanity. And Krakoa is all we have, and yeah.
They'll never live happily ever after as long as the comics are being published.
Yeah.
One thing that I would never trust a syringe from Sinister. All of these guys could be the ultimate Trojan horse. We're talking about, we know a spy.
You just have to flick of a finger.
It's like, oh, you're all my creatures. Yeah. Like every single one of you I can control at the drop of a hat.
Yeah. And because we don't know if someone's actually controlling Xavier.
Even Xavier. Like, if they wanted to cut themselves out, it seems like Krakoa is kind of an island unto itself. Like, can anybody get in there and actually bomb them or something? Is it a hidden thing? Human. So why have they manipulated things to force humanity to recognize them as a sovereign nation?
Like they want to be accepted, but then they also now want to be individualized, or they
like
want to
equal footing.
Yeah.
Which I get. You don't want to just isolate and just cut themselves
you don't
off.
want to, which that's what they're doing with, because I did kind of, I loved how they had in there Wakanda, Africa, they don't need any mutant stuff, just that.
Yeah, and they're going to give essentially like pharmaceuticals to humanity. Something's up here. Charles, is everyone going to be infected? Like even humans? Mm-hmm. Is the AI spreading? Is it all like nanobots in this syringe and the pharmaceuticals they're going to give to humanity that can get humanity addicted?
And even that storyline, I don't know how it would continue with what we know is to come. Well, we know it's gonna. You're gonna have the new issues coming out.
Right.
And I'm like, I did like I said, this is the one where the tech pages were fun to read because it was like explaining the resurrection, explaining who the 5 are, which kind of it already did, but then it's like it writes it down for you, like saying what their place, their purpose is.
This is really, really cool that you are, that year 1000. Aside from that, this is a pretty dense comic book that you're reading.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It goes from a full page of text back to comic book.
Yeah.
And all these timelines.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I think it's really cool that you're enjoying it. I think you're enjoying it more than I am.
Yeah, I think at this moment I am. And then you have, all right, we resurrected the X-Men, and then 2 days later, it's like, well, that worked. So now let's invite all of our foes. Great to see them all. I don't even know half the people in those photos.
I kind of know almost every one of them, so it was kind of a joy to see every single person.
Yeah.
And Logan, so right there he's saying, are you guys sure about this?
Yeah.
He's
the one person who I feel like is the most sane of everybody. Almost like he's the only one who they can't control.
Mm. The healing you're thinking about and the way that his healing factor works it's an interesting observation because we're talking about the potential of how essentially Professor X has positioned all of the mutants as almost a virus to connect with all the other mutants and with the pharmaceuticals connect with eventually all of humanity. And everybody is cheering, mutants, mutants, mutants. Mm-hmm. Logan, there was a moment with Jean where she was like, wait, the humans up there, they're just humans. But very rarely in this series have we had much disagreement at all from any of the mutants.
Yeah.
Like Logan saying, are you guys sure about this? We had the moment with Cypher saying like, oh great, Professor, I'm on this island that kills mutants.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I don't feel good about this. I mean, of course I do.
Yeah,
this is great.
That transition.
So I'm just wondering, it's a good observation it's a good note to take with Logan doing that. I loved Apocalypse's speech at the end. It's pretty appropriate. It's kind of like.
And again, I know Krakow is a place that people knew of before, but me not knowing. So like him even saying like I've been here. It's been too long since I've been here. I was here before anybody was. Fighting battles, wars.
Well, that history you know of.
Yes, no.
But that's literally, that was brand new.
Gotcha.
So you're right on board.
That's funny.
You know exactly what the history is talking about. And that's actually all the history there is.
Okay, gotcha. That's awesome.
That's cool.
Welcome home. That's a great shot. I don't trust anybody in that shot. I don't know, that was a red issue. Definitely a red one. And again, we didn't really talk that much about, but meaning, the White Queen? And then Xavier saying, I have bigger plans, which is still kind of like, not to be trusted, I'd still confused.
I think it's going to,
it's going to blow up in their face.
House of X, I think it's going to be Planet X.
Oh, yeah. I want to know what you guys think.
What did you give this one, Mr. Garrett?
I gave it an A.
Awesome.
I had to give this one an A.
Cool. Right on. Well, I gave this issue a B.
B?
No, yeah. A solid B, and I don't know if it might be worth more, but my personal feelings are just, it's hurting me a little bit to see the X-Men do this. I'm having a difficult time expressing how I'm feeling after this issue. So I'll just, we'll go on to the next one. We do have something fun planned this Sunday for our companion series, The Chronological Marvel. We're doing X-Men Children of the Atom by Joe Casey and Steve Rude, which is kind of the origin of the X-Men. It's a fun read. Mm-hmm. Tune into that. And then next week we've got Powers of X number 5.
Powers of 10 number 5?
Yeah.
I gave it an A, he gave it a B. Comic quality poll, guys. All right, we want to know what you gave it, A, B, C, D, or F. And then comment below. We love the comments, we love the conversation, and keep it going.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. See you next time.
To be continued.
So how did that line up with you? I can edit this. Oops. What? Maybe I should say what I'm about to say.
Who knows?